we're going to take this cutting board and this vintage spoon, and I'm going to show you how we can make it look like this. I first painted the cutting board in white, and now I'm mixing in some beige and some white together just to create some texture. I'm introducing a third color. It's actually a kind of a hot pink red color, and we're going to put that on. Now listen, I know you're probably thinking, oh my God, Denise, you just ruined it. Stay with me. What we're going to do is blend this in. So the trick to blending this in is to have a wet brush and a wet surface. You want to keep the paint wet while you blend it. Now keep in mind, this is clay paint, so this blends really, really well. It's DIY paint. Now for the supply list, I will have a link underneath this video. Don't see me doing here is I'm dipping my brush into a little glass of water. And seriously, that is the trick to blend. And I'm just adding a little bit of water, blend it back in. I might add some white here and blend that. So it's just back and forth until you have a look that you like. Want to add some depth and interest to this board. I'm going to ink up one of my favorite stamps, and I'm going to lightly apply it. Now you can go heavily or lightly, really just depends on the kind of look that you want. I'm taking some more white and just dry brushing it on. Dry brushing just means you don't have a whole lot of paint on there. It's very, very light. We want this plaque to look like it has eroded over time. So the white is going to help to do that. If you're enjoying this video so far and you're finding value in it, I'd love it if you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm taking my palette knife with some white paint on it, and I'm just dragging it along, going different ways, right to left, top to bottom. And this is really going to create that plaster look. We want this to look old. I'm taking my brown ink and I'm going to add it to the edge, and this is just going to give it a really nice finished look. The transfer I'm using today is called Rideau 2, and I picked out this already arranged flower, and we're going to apply it to the board. The bird that I got here is from the entomology transfer. It has birds, ladybugs, fish, butterflies, all kinds of things. As I want this to look old and vintage, I'm taking a piece of sandpaper and very lightly sanding it. I'm going to add the spoon, and this is a vintage spoon that I got from the thrift store. So I'm going to put a nail in, and we're going to hang this spoon from that. Now we also will glue this so it doesn't slide around and move around. I'm using construction adhesive, and there's only actually 2 little spots that it actually makes contact to the board. So I'm going to put that on, and then I'm just going to let it dry for like an hour. It sets up pretty quick. Now what you didn't see me do is I just bent that spoon. It was really, really easy. The metal's very thin, so I just bent it. While that is setting up, I'm going to take this little bird's nest that already came with the eggs, and I just want to make it a little more realistic. So I'm taking some Spanish moss, and I'm just going to push it in. I'm going to mold it to it, and then we're going to add some hot glue. We're going to put our eggs back in, and then we're going to apply it to our spoon. my next video, we are going to be making over items from this card.